Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, the Urban Woman Tarot and Oracle. I'm going to do a reading. So I just got a new card deck. So I'm going to be using this card deck, the Sword of Light Oracle. And then I'm going to clarify it using the Kipper Deck. So we're just going to see what messages come out. You know, these messages are going to be for whenever you come across the reading. It's from 30 days from the moment you watch it. Okay. Now, for example, if you're watching it today, then, okay, so, you know, whatever day today you're watching it on, it's 30 days from now. Alright, Sword of Light. I'm looking for 10 cards for a Celtic crossbred reading. What messages do you have for the collective at this time? What messages do you have for the collective at this time? So change is coming, and open your heart. You are protected. Change is coming. Have no fear. You are protected. Hold on 1 second. These are new cards, so okay. Let me make sure these are in focus. Good. One thing that you're going to have to excuse me on is that my energy is really low. You know, I am a Pisces. We have a new moon in Pisces right now, and it's really doing a number on me. So I also just came back from a long trip of taking my child back to school, which is a 7-hour drive one way. So I am tired from that, and then on top of that, this new moon in Pisces has really done a number on me. So anyways, alright, so right here at the center we have trust the guidance that you are receiving. Archangel Uriel has blessed you with a brilliant epiphany. I am also present to clear away your worries so you can trust your divine guidance. So that's Archangel Michael coming through with Archangel Uriel. So you have been receiving some type of guidance and or ideas about doing something in the future, or thoughts around a certain subject, and you need to trust what you're receiving. Now, in the past, it says you will manifest what you need. So express gratitude as if your plans have already come to pass. Trust that your angels are bringing you assistance that you need. So something came through in the past to give you some type of assistance, whether that's monetary or a new job or a move. Something came through for you. You manifested something that you needed, and I would say that that would be intentional. That could have even been like tax return money, okay? So you manifested something that gave you a boost that helped you. So it's put you in a place now where you're thinking about, you know, either what else to do with it, how to move forward, or how to put it to good use, whatever. So whatever keeps occurring or reoccurring in your thoughts is what you need to pay attention to, because those reoccurring thoughts is the messages. And, you know, I say that, and then it says take control. The challenge over here is take control of your thoughts. Your thoughts are creating your reality. Have faith and stay focused on the outcome that you truly desire. Then, in the basis of this, regain your focus. Trivial life matters are distracting you from your goals. Archangel Metatron and I are here to help you stay grounded. So there's a lot of things coming through for you at this moment that are really throwing you off. So, and I would say that it has to do with your mind. It could have been, we just came through Aquarius season, which, it's all about the mind. And now we're in, Pisces season, which is all about, our emotions. So your mental focus and your emotions can be all over the place. That could be the thing that's really affecting you right now. But you're receiving guidance here on ways to move forward or things to cut out. But because of maybe you not feeling, you could be feeling, like me, exhausted. And when you're exhausted, you can get irritated, you can get hangry real easily. You're just not very clear or certain just because of how your thoughts are wavering and how your emotions are feeling. So it's like you need to do something to regain your focus at this time. That could even be like, getting grounded. Someone said to me the other day, well, maybe you need to get grounded. And it's like, yeah, I do need to get grounded. I can tell you that. So at this time, we have open up to your spiritual gifts. Remember that your true nature is spiritual, not physical. The angels are sending you messages to guide your soul's growth. So you are receiving messages right now, and you're also going to continue to receive messages because here's the future. This is what you're moving into. The next 3 days to 3 weeks to 3 months. Recognize the signs from above. Angels are sending you messages now, but you're too distracted to notice. Stay alert and open to divine guidance. So, there's a lot here on the mental chatter. There's a lot on the mental chatter, or even mental chaos or mental scatter of your mind. So whatever ways you can use to help get control back over your mind, like your ego has somewhat, your ego is not your amigo. So your ego has some way, shape, or form has started to dominate your life. And it seems like it's made you a mess, so to speak. So some way, shape, or form, there is going to be some work that you need to do within your mind, or for your mind, your mental focus, your mental thoughts, to get, just to regain control back over it. Used to, for me, I would listen to Deepak Chopra on my Pandora app. I would listen to him, and that would help. That would help my mind out a lot to help calm the mental chatter. So let's keep going. Okay. So Archangel Michael is with you now. Even though you can't see it, I am actively working on this situation. I am here helping you. So even at this time, even through this whole time period, he is here with you. He's got his sword of truth here, his sword of truth here. His sword is even here in this card. So he is here with you, guiding you throughout this entire time period. So call upon him. Even if you can't see the way forward, call upon him to help give you clarity. You can even call upon Archangel Metatron to help you to get grounded and to regain your focus. There's a lot of angelic assistance here in this reading, in these cards. In your environment, things going on around you, you're being asked to be the real you. Your greatest power comes from being who you truly are. Don't let anyone sway you from expressing your authentic self. So you could be surrounded by people that, are more in the physical realm, the physical world, that aren't, that aren't spiritual, like us spiritual beings. And because you are around these people, there could be a lot of gossiping and chit chatter and bickering going back and forth. That, can also cause, once you start getting, once you start like meddling in that, it can create a lot of mental chaos. So just know that even while you're doing this, be authentic and real and stay true to who you are. And to remember who you are at your core, which is you are a spiritual being first. Now, in your hopes and fears, we have welcome abundance into your life. So prosperity is on its way to you. Have faith that Source will heal your financial challenges. So there is fears around money and around abundance coming to you. There is, and I have a paper somewhere, and I don't know where that paper is, but it's around here somewhere. You may want to start practicing affirmations for, I think I see that paper. Let me see if this is it. You may want to start practicing, no, that's not it. You may want to start practicing affirmations. I'm trying to find this paper. So give me 1 second while I look for it. And I know the table is probably, is this it? Yeah. Okay. Good Lord. And then I've knocked the camera. Okay, and shown my mess. Okay. So, one of the things that, so a friend of mine used to say, always speak, that you're wealthy, or you have wealth, or you have prosperity. I'm sorry. Excuse me. And I'm a firm believer of that. But then I came across this person who broke it down for me even farther, who said, you not only need to say that you are, speak it through the throat chakra. You've got to say it in each chakra. So I wrote them down. Now, if you're watching this on your phone, then feel free to take a screenshot of this. Otherwise, pause it and write it down. So this is an affirmation to speak to bring wealth into your life from each chakra, okay? So, I am wealthy and I am abundant. I feel wealth. I feel abundance. I do not chase. I attract. I love wealth. I love abundance. I speak wealth into existence. I see wealth and abundance all around me. I understand that wealth is easy to attract. So this one here that says that I understand, this would be your crown chakra. That one that says I see, that's your third eye chakra. The one that says I speak is your throat chakra. I love, that's your heart chakra. I do not chase, that's your solar plexus chakra. I feel wealth, that is your sacral. And I am wealthy, that's your root chakra. So I also wrote down, I am powerful at manifesting that which I desire. Whatever I focus on grows and multiplies. So be careful what you focus on, because whatever you focus on, if you're focusing upon stress, well, you're going to grow and multiply stress. So make sure that, you know, when you're working with that one affirmation there at the bottom, that you're focusing on the things that you want and not what you don't want. Now, looking at the bottom of the deck, we have, your vibration is rising, all is in perfect timing, have no fear, you are protected. So keep in mind, we are still in Pisces season. We are still in winter season. Okay? So we're still in hibernation mode. You know, like, even though, I mean, we still only have like 2 weeks left of winter before spring arises. And when spring hits, which is like the 21st or the 22nd, when we have the spring equinox, trust me when I say that the energy is going to change, because that's when I am a firm believer, and this is just the Native American part of me, I know, and probably too the spiritual side, because those two, like, those two collide. They coincide together for me. You know, it's especially in the Native American side that I have in my family, because I have two Native American grandparents, one on each side. But the one that's on my mom's side, my grandmother, the one I grew up with, she's the one that really taught me the most about Native Americans and what they believed. And, you know, she would always say, like, in the winter, that is time for rest and recuperation. In the winter, we should do exactly as the animals do. The ones that hibernate. You know, they bundle up, they stay inside, they rest and they recuperate. And they're allowing their bodies to rejuvenate during this time period in order for when spring calls them to awaken. And I mean, we only have like maybe a week or two left, and spring is going to ask us to wake up, or ask us to get up. So in the meantime, we're still in this resting and or nesting phase. I would say that once this spring equinox hits and things start to come alive, you know, spring forth, your vibration's going to rise. So in the meantime, you know, just do what you can to keep your thoughts focused and not so scattered, and focus upon what you want and what you don't want. You know, all is in perfect time, because this is it. The time to take action is now, and it will help you in every step of the way. So if you take the action steps now, then you're going to be preparing yourself for a better future. Now, this next card at the bottom of the deck says, have no fear. Fear is a trap of the ego. Allow me to use my sword of light to free you from disquieting feelings that are holding you back. Now, there's a full moon in this card here behind her. Right now, when I'm doing this reading, we're in a new moon. And I feel like the next full moon is going to be in, or like a little bit after this, after the spring equinox. So I don't know if some things are going to be happening around that time period, which could cause you to have, you know, fearsome thoughts or to be worrisome, but pay attention to that. You are protected. You are safe within my bubble of light, and you can proceed with confidence. So Archangel Michael is coming through to help you during this time period. Let me see if there's anything that I want to clarify. Alright, Kipper Deck, prepare yourself to clarify. I'm looking for, prepare yourself to clarify my questions. What messages or inner guidance do you have for the collective, for all viewers, for this reading? what messages and or guidance do you have for all viewers in this reading? So there's a pathway opening up that's going to elevate you, which is probably why that card, your vibration is rising. Yep. So if you've been experiencing bad health or you've been feeling under the weather, know that you will recuperate and bounce back from that. There may be a mature man that's involved in that that's going to help raise your vibration. Alright, so now, what is this divine guidance? What can you tell me about, what kind of divine guidance here is coming through for the collective? What's this divine guidance about? I knew this fucking man was going to come out. Alright. Sorry, I got a little carried away because I saw that before. Alright, so you are the mature woman here, okay, watching. There is a man that is on your level. You are receiving mental guidance through your mind, your consciousness, something, okay? You are receiving some guidance about this man. Now, I would say that this is a man that you are somewhat, way, shape, or form trying to court. Whether this is like, you know, you're trying to date this man, you guys are talking, or you just met, or you've been dating for a while, you've known them, you might, and this could even be someone that you're married to, but you're having trouble, okay? Just plug it in, whichever one applies to you, okay? You are dealing with some man that's on your level that you are somewhat in a courtship with, okay? Now, if you feel like this man is going to help you in some way by gifting you something, then know, trust it. I don't know when it's going to come through, but trust that, yes, he will help you. I don't know when just yet, okay? Alright, so, let me see where to next. What does this open up to your spiritual gifts? What can you tell me about this opening up to your spiritual gifts? Like, what else can you tell us about or clarify on this spiritual gifts card? Okay. Your work. So, there's something that you do for work, whether it's a hobby or a craft. Now, this can actually be your job. I don't know. You know, for me, you know, I have a job where I'm a pastry chef, but then I also have a hobby, a craft that I do, which is making soap. I used to think that the soap was the thing that helped me open up to my spiritual gifts, but I'm noticing now that me being a pastry chef, making desserts, is also opening me up to my spiritual gifts. So whatever it is that you are working on at this point in time, whether it is your job or whatever, you know, the scenario I just used for myself, however that applies to you in your life, that's what I'm talking about. That right there is helping you opening yourself up to your spiritual gifts. So if you've noticed, like, and this is something that you love, you don't have to hide behind a mask when you do this. You don't have to fake it. You may feel like this doesn't bring you a whole lot of money right now, but you know, things can change, okay? But there is someone that does watch you and think about you at a later time when they're watching you do this, okay? Now, what I'm saying and what I mean by this is, like, when you do this, there is something within you, and it could be from a previous life. Like, you could have Okay, I'm going to say me, for example. I'm going to use myself as an example here. Whether it's my pastry chef, whether it's my soap, because either one, it applies to both of them for me, okay? It's like, in this lifetime, like, I can go make a cake, or I can make a bar of soap, but it's like, you know, there's something in me that knows how to do it, that's done it before. I don't have to, like, fake it till I make it. I may not trust myself, like, in my mind. Oh, I know what I'm doing. But trust me when I say there's something deep within me that knows what the fuck it's doing. And that's what I follow. Because it's like there's something there that knows it. And so I run with that. You know, I don't let my fears try to get in my way, because, you know, fear is your enemy. I push the fear aside, and I just have trust, and I have faith in myself and whatever that knowing is, because I'm telling you, whatever that is, that spiritual gift that's there, it might be underlying. I might not be able to see it, but I know it's there. Because once I finish and I see the finished product, I try it, like I use the soap, or I smell it, or I see how beautiful it looks, or I've made the cake, I've cut the cake, and then I've tried the cake, and I'm like, I'm blown away, because I'm like, I don't know how the fuck I know how to make these things, but I tell you what, I have surprised myself in the past 2 years, because I've really just started opening up to doing those two things in the past 2 years. I didn't know how, when, way. I don't even have a formal education in pastry chef. I don't even have a formal education in making soap. I've never taken a soap class. I may have taken like a pastry chef class, but like in home economics when I was in high school, and that was like 20 years ago. Okay, so I trust that deeper, that gift that's within me more than anything, because it knows the way for sure. You know, so the past 2 years that I have been doing this, I have been trusting it so much more, and it surprises and shocks me every single time, because it blows my mind that I'm capable of making these things, and they taste so good and they look so good, and it's like it blows me away. So for you, there's definitely something here that is similar. It might not be pastry chef and it might not be soap, but it's something else for you that's doing the same. It's having the same effect on you, and I would say you're very passionate about it. This is one of those things that is destined for you to do, and it's helping you. So keep going at it. Keep working at that. Now, that right there might be the thing that within the next 5 years or 10 years turns you into a like millionaire status, or makes you, I think that, you know, in the next 5 to 10 years, if you keep going at whatever that thing is that we were talking about, it's going to make you enough money where you're going to be like set. You know, you're not going to have to worry about money. I feel like it's going to make you a fortune. Now, recognize the signs from above. What can you tell me about recognizing these signs from above? What else can you tell me about recognizing these signs from above? Okay. So someone here, now when this card comes up, we got this man here several times. Okay. So I'm going to say, this is the scenario I'm getting. Now this is also like 30 days from now. Okay. You, as the female in this scenario, you're probably in a time period right now in your life where you don't make as much money as you used to. You don't make as much money as you want to. every paycheck that you get, every piece of money that you get, it goes right out the door just as fast as it came in. You don't get to keep any for yourself. You're having to pinch and nickel and dime. Okay? That's kind of like the scenario that I just got. Now, if that's the truth, then please put in the comments, that's the truth. I'll know exactly what you're talking about. Now, there is a man here who has money. And I would say that it's this man that you've been dealing with. He's been watching. He notices and he sees it. Okay? I would say he is also a little weary about helping you, about giving you money. He could be weary in the fact that he's been burned or scorned or used before in the past by other women, and he doesn't want to go through that again. So I would say that he's a little worried, about, that's one reason why because in this card right here with false person, these two people, this man is wearing a mask. He's not revealing everything. But she is also has her face covered, where this is like poker face. Almost like Lady Gaga's song, Poker Face. Okay? So she's playing her cards right. You and the signs are going to be telling you, okay? They're going to be telling you, this is like the next 3 days to 3 weeks to 3 months now. The signs are going to be there to guide you. But you need to play your cards right here. Because both these people are playing the field. So, you know in your mind, because this is an 8, it's about abundance. You know in your mind what you need and what you can get from him. He's also, you need to keep in mind that whatever you tell him that you want, he's probably going to cut it back a little bit and say, well, I can't give you, this, but I can give you this. So, if you were to play your cards right here, then let's say, for example, you need $500, for example, to pay something. Okay? You could say, if you know that he's like that, you could say, well, I need $800. And then he'll be like, okay, well, I can't give you $800, but I could give you $500. Well, boom, okay? You played it right. You got what you needed. Does that make sense? So, this man, he is wealthy. He sees that you are in a pickle. He sees that you are having tough times. He does want to help you. But also keep in mind that this man, I don't know what he does for a living, but whatever he does come and go a lot. Like, he has to travel for work, or, he could be like a businessman who's got to leave to go do, have these business meetings, and then he comes back. Or he's a salesman and he's got to go here to make sales, and then he's got to go all the way over here, do some sales meeting here, and then come back. Or he could be in the military where he's like, all right, well, I got to go over here and take a class or I got to go over here and have this meeting with my captain or whatever, and then come back. So this is someone, or this is just a man that you're dealing with that's somewhat been like in and out of your life that you've been dealing with for a while. And he knows, he sees that you are, struggling right now, if you are. He will help you. I just feel like, you're in a position where you need help, but he's also in a position where he's been burned and used before, and he doesn't want to experience that again. So he's going to be cautious in that manner. So you're going to have to play and work the field with him on that. Now, what is this Archangel Michael? What guidance do you have for us on this Archangel Michael card? Because he's here helping you. So you see. Okay. So this is you. I mean, you're right now, and you haven't always been like this. You're not always going to be like this because things change, okay? But right now, you're in a time period of lack in your life financially, okay? So Archangel Michael is here trying to help guide you through this to 7, 8, 9, 10. And that's the 10. So, 37, boils down to a 10, which is completion. So at some point in time, this poverty stage that you're in your life is going to complete itself. Okay? So, yes. I mean, alright. So, I will say that at some point in time, when this, completes this, and this could be very well because, and let me tell you this, if you're a Pisces watching this, we have Saturn in our charts. Saturn in Pisces right now, and it's there for until I think 2026. So as a Pisces, we are having to, for the next few years, pay our karmic debts. So that can go back, this whole lifetime. That can go back the past 10 years. That can go back, how many of our lifetimes, okay? So it can be rough on us Pisces at this moment. And, this is one of those things that it affects every sign. But right now, it's in Pisces sign. So if you have Pisces anywhere in your chart, then just know that if you are struggling with karma, it's from Saturn in your in the Pisces portion in your chart, okay? But there is some type of gift coming in here that's going to help you, and it's really going to make you happy, okay? It's going to really light you up, and it's going to heal. I feel like it's going to make you feel like a little girl again. Like how you would get excited as a kid when someone would give you a little stuffed animal. You know how a kid gets really excited? It's going to make you feel like that. It's going to, give you a boost in your finances. It's going to help you get out of this, toil and labor where you feel like you're over here working your ass off, but yet you're getting paid nickels and pennies, okay? So there is a gift, somewhat, shape, or form, coming in from this man. And I do feel that Archangel Michael is helping you with it. Now, I'm going to tell you, okay, right now, this man is really, I know this card says in the background over here, not hiring. That's not the message I'm getting from this card. This man is beating himself up over, he wants to help you, but also he's like, I can't. I've done this before. It's the fear it's the shit that's happened to him in his past that has him fearful of doing it again. Okay? Because he feels like whatever he did in the past to help, it hurt him. And he doesn't want to repeat the same cycle or have the same thing happen to him again. So it really does a number on him. Okay? So just, remember that. Now, what can you tell me about this Be the Real You? What can you tell the collective about being the real you? Okay. Alright. So, I do feel like this is and has to do with your work. Okay? There is something on the horizon in the next 3 to 6 months. So, either you are going to, one, change jobs in 3 to 6 months, where I would say, because of you being the real you and honoring who you are, the path you're on, even if you feel like you're in this, you remember that poverty card that likes to flip out? Trust me, that fucking card, that one, and that toil and labor card, where I said, you're working your ass off, but yet you're getting paid nickels and pennies. Those two cards right there have been coming out in my readings for like the past 6-8 months. Okay, and trust me, it irritates the fuck out of me because I'm like, when is this ever gonna end? Like, I'm so tired of working like this. You know, it's like working your ass off, but yet you're not getting compensated enough for it. But anyways, okay. I think that by you still being true to the core of who you are, the spiritual person, being the real you, because your greatest power comes from being your authentic self. As long as you honor your authentic self, there's going to be that completion point that comes in eventually. And I think it's going to be within the next 3 to 6 months. Okay? So this might mean that whatever job you're working right now, there's either going to be an end to that job and you're going to get a different job, which means you're going to have to change. You might even change careers. Okay? You might even move. You could relocate somewhere else because you get a better job offer somewhere else. And it's really going to set you straight, and it's going to empower you and make you remember in that toil and labor card, that girl who looked like, you know, that little poverty kid. Let me see if I can find her. I got to find her because this is the way I got to explain. Yeah, here she is. Okay. So, you see, this is you right now. It's like rags. So, whatever this change is, this ending that's coming in the next 3 to 6 months, it's going to take you from rags to riches. Okay? You see, in the 6, that's about the material plane. So, something is changing for you on the material plane, but it's like you have to just follow the signs. You've got to follow the yellow brick road to get there, because whatever is happening on the sidelines as you go down this path, they're necessary for your evolvement, your ascending, your ascension. Okay? They're leading you somewhere. You just have to follow the signs. Follow the yellow brick road. It's taking you there. So there's going to be an end to something that it's going to change. And I feel like, you know, it's the next 3 to 6 months that, you know, and I'm going to tell you, for some of you, this man might end up having to move. And this man may ask you to move with him. And wherever this man goes, it might be that, because if you're like me, I'm in my hometown. I grew up in my hometown, and it was like, I always knew in my hometown that, about like Jesus, that people were always going to hold me down and hold me back. And plus, it's low vibrational here for some reason. I don't know if it's because of the Civil War shit that went down here, because where I live, there are ties to George Washington. There are ties to either that Sherman or that Stonewall Jackson dude who came through with like Abraham Lincoln, who said like burn, rape, and kill, burn everything, rape all the women, kill all the men and the children. And, you know, some people might backlash and be like, oh no, that didn't happen. Yes, it did. Like, it happened in this town. I'll tell you that it didn't happen in this town. It happened around us. The town that I'm in had, because of 2 of these like founding men that built this town I live in, there were 2 men that have ties. They have ties to Ford. They have ties to Ford. They built, and they had, we still have this mansion here where they turned half of it into a manufacturing plant, where we had the fastest buggy manufacturing plant on the entire East Coast of the United States. So the town I live in was actually saved It was not burned and pillaged. Like, it was either Sherman or Jackson, whichever one of those that led that during Abraham Lincoln's presidency. He saved the town I live in just for the simple fact that we had 2 buggy manufacturing plants, and he knew we needed these buggies to get this shit back and forth, the artillery and shit. So we were actually saved for that. Now, I don't know if karmically speaking, because of all that bullshit right there, that has put, you know, this town, because I'm telling you, boy, this town, like 10 years ago, I came home, because like I moved away, and when I moved away, trust me, my vibration skyrocketed. I elevated financially, spiritually, and physically when I moved, when I left from here. And when I would come home and visit, you could almost see like I actually did one day, I saw a tumbleweed. Like, I felt like it was a ghost town. It was so poor. And I prayed and prayed and prayed for this town. And I'm telling you, like, the economic development that has skyrocketed since then has been unbelievable. But, you know, prayer can move mountains. So, you know, it's getting better. It's getting better. But for me, I know for myself, you know, it's hard for me to make money here. So anyways, you know, this man you're dealing with could be like, in the next 3 to 6 months, well, I have to relocate for my job. Do you want to come with me? If you go with this man, it's going to help you elevate. It's going to, wherever you go, it's going to put you in a position where your vibration is going to raise. You're going to have a better job opportunity. You're going to have better pay. And things are going to be better for you in that location. And I apologize for going on that rant, but I felt like, and see, here's that fucking poverty card again. You know, where you are, your location has you in this vibration. So it's like, and then look, and then there she is right behind him. So your location and where you are somewhat has you like this. So you would do better in a different, in a different location, a different town, a different state, so to speak. So I'm just saying that I feel like in the next 3 to 6 months, you're going to end up moving somewhere else. All right, so pray from the heart. What guidance do you have for pray from the heart? What guidance do you have for us? Okay. We've got courtship. So pray from the heart. Prayer really can move mountains. Reach out to the divine with your heart's concerns and watch miracles unfold. So I'm here to tell you, because, and then we got this courtship card here, okay, that, and you'll have to excuse me because my camera moved, and plus I'm all wrapped up in my robe. Okay, I'm snug as a bug in my robe over here. So you may find yourself in the next 30 days or so, this man, you know, having a conversation with you. He might be trying to tell you, look, I think I'm going to be relocating here in the next 4 to 6 months. Do you think you might want to move with me? Y'all might be having that conversation in the next 30 days or so. Even though the move isn't going to be for like another, 3 to 6 months. In 30 days, you could be talking about it. And look, it's got the 4. The number 4, that's of angelic assistance. And then there's Cupid back there. So there is going to be some type of sit-down conversation you're going to be having with this man. Now, if you are uncertain about whether you should move with him or accept his offer, whatever, you need to pray. And you need to really get deep in your heart and what your heart's concerns are. And you need to pray and give it over to the divine and ask if this is right for you, if this is what's meant for you, and if this is what you should do. Okay? Whatever those concerns are you have around that. Because looking at the bottom of the deck, we've got the marriage card, the house card, the thoughts card, and the thief card. So, you know, this man might picture you as someone that he wants to spend the rest of his life with. And if he's one of those that's like, I don't want to get married, then he sees you as being a life partner. Okay? And I would say that he wants to provide you with a home. He's been thinking about it. He's thinking about it now. He's going to continue thinking about it. And, you know, if this isn't an offer that you accept, then just know, I feel like the people around you are going to be upset because they're going to feel like this man is somewhat stealing you from them. So, please keep that in mind. Now, if you decide that, because this is going to go one of two ways. If you decide you don't want to move with this man, then of course this relationship with him is going to end. If you decide to move with this man, then I feel like all of your hardships are going to end. Okay? So that is, you know, going to be completely up to you. But this is a lover of yours that we're talking about here. I do want to clarify this welcome, this abundance card. Because this is a hope and a fear. What can you tell us about this abundance here? About what extra guidance can you give us? And look how that damn poverty card flipped right back out again. I know you can't see it. There it is. It flipped out again. So, what extra guidance can you give us about this welcoming abundance into our life? Okay, so messages, communicating, writing. You might need to write these things down and like put them in a God box. You might need to. There's something to do with writing and messages, and whatever that is, that's a 7. So that's being on the right path, going the right direction. So, sending out resumes, applying for loans, applying for jobs. There's definitely a pathway opening up here for you within the next 3 to 6 months that I feel like is going to change a lot of things for you. It might also be that you need to write down the things you want in your life that will make you feel more abundant to get you out of this poverty kind of energy. You know, like, I used to make lists, and then the moment that the thing happened, I would check it off and I would say, thank you, God, thank you, paid. And I noticed that when I quit writing shit down, I noticed that things didn't manifest. Things didn't come through. So I went right back to writing stuff down and checking it off, because it's like when you write it down, it's like the shit happens. I don't know what it is about writing it down, but it's like it brings it into form, and then you check it off and you're like, thank you, paid. So please keep that in mind. Maybe that's something you need to start practicing and bringing in, because it would bring you some type of unexpected income. I just cut the deck to that. So with that being said, I'm going to cut the deck real quick, cut this deck real quick, and see what this message is, and then we will be done with this reading. All right. Your prayers are being answered. Your prayers are being received by the divine. Answers will come soon, although perhaps in forms you didn't expect. And I bet you that that's why this card here came out. Okay? So, whatever you're praying and asking about is coming. It's coming. Alright, you guys. Thanks for tuning in for this reading. I hope it helped. Please forgive me for being away for so long. I actually went to Mexico for my birthday. My boyfriend took me to Mexico for my birthday. It was fabulous. I had the best time. And then as soon as I got back from that, I had to go pick my son up. So I've had him home from college. I just took him back to the university, so now I'm back home, and I should be back on a regular schedule of doing the weekly readings. All right, so I appreciate your patience. I have noticed that there have been, views and clicks on my page, like people like looking like, where's the reading, even though no one said anything. I've seen the clicks, so hopefully this will feed your appetite for a minute, and then I'll see you again here next week. And if you'd like to make a donation, I'll put my Cash App information in the description box below. Please give it a thumbs up and a like and subscribe if it resonated. Take care. Namaste.